right away to see what heroes are gonna get picked up right now, and we get to see the pretty much the king of the patch, Tiny, already chosen by the Ravens.
Yeah, DP band, another hero that has a lot of value on all regions. What still went through is Koro and Io. Both heroes have a lot of potential. Both heroes seems like broken, at least in other regions. I'm wondering if G-Pride, if they have like a Koro +1 or a Io +1 combo, that's where you'd like to see it. So far, they never picked something like this. They usually go, I don't know, Tidehunter +1, like Hoodwink Tidehunter. This time they go with Ankh Snapfire. So they kind of like to just show, like, pick two heroes that doesn't show much about your draft. Because Ankh, of course, it's a position 5, but Snapfire can be a 4, can be a 3, can be a mid laner. But on the other hand, they're not getting any heroes that are really broken, let's say. Of course, Ankh has a lot of value, but you still have the Mirana open for Ravens if they want to go. Yeah, that's what I was expecting. So I already favor a little bit Ravens here, how they're using the best heroes in the draft, the heroes that have more value in the meta.
I've seen a lot of the Mirana lately, which is, I mean, it's pretty solid, especially if you lane it up against the Enchantress. Makes it easy to deal with, well, literally the reason why Enchantress mainly gets picked. It's just Tiny is broken. I mean, we can all agree Tiny's broken. The hero makes no sense right now. He does have some counts, like the safe lane TA tends to almost always destroy the Tiny. And that's why they ban it out on the side of Ravens. So, heads up move to get what is... And TB is also one of the heroes that's still pretty good against Tiny. Because TB does not take much physical damage.
Yeah, and it seems like it's a Tiny carry when you go for those bans. Because, at least in South America, many teams have been using Tiny as a mid laner. They might even use as a 4, but of course here not with the Mirana. So... look at those bans, it really looks like they're trying to protect a hard carry Tiny. They might ban Duza here. They're just, yeah, okay. They ban Duza because they're protecting Tiny carry. That's very likely.
Yeah, you don't really want to play Tiny against heroes that are just really hard to kill. Tiny is more of a one-pump kind of hero, takes down everything else except for, well, probably those 3 heroes, Refraction, stupid amounts of armor, and, well, a hero that runs around with like 4k HP at one point. So not too shabby for the Tiny so far. Gorilla's Pride, they're running out of superb safe laners. You could always, I mean, there are a lot of safe laners in this patch that are very usable. They still have a lot of flexibility behind it, but Mirana on the side of Ravens, definitely have to be careful if they add another stunner to that, because you can easily overrun a lane, because Enchantress without creeps doesn't really do much.
Seems like a good life stealer game, super good against the Mirana combo, good against Tiny, but you don't really want her hard carry here. You usually want to go maybe... The thing is, if they go with the offlaner or position 4, they're gonna break the Snapfire flex, but they might still do Tusk 3, Tusk mid, so yeah, seems fine here.
Tusk mid, please God, give us Tusk mid. I'd love the like first item Acronym Scepter Tusk build, and you just blink, knock someone back, and roll on top of them. It's wonderful. It's not it's not super really good, but it is very entertaining.
Yeah. And now they probably go like with a support plus mid laner, like they can go Ogre, a hero to buff this Tiny. There's also Invoker. I would really love to see some steroids on that Tiny. So Ogre Invoker would be my dream pick here. What else could they go with? Maybe a mid laner that Tusk cannot gank. So if you wanna have a Puck here, looks good. We've even seen like Hokori on Division 1 picking Zeus, because now that you have the jump, you can get away from it. Would be a very niche pick, but interesting to see. There's Void Spirit.
I do like the Gorilla's probably like Roche potential. Between Eng, Snapfire, and Tusk, they can take it down pretty quickly. Ravens, I mean, Tiny is not really a good Roche taker at all, but he makes up for it by just two-shotting your buildings. So in that regard, they definitely need either a heavy buffer for the Tiny or get something with maybe minus armor.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, Ravens, they might just give up on the first 1 or 2 Roche. That's at least would be a good approach. Very likely DK3, but they
With the
seem
Mirana,
to...
easy setup.
Yeah. It's weird because usually when you pick our position 3 here first, like, you have no clue which position 5 you would want to. I don't know. They have like Dark Willow against us. They have Lich. They have Witch Doctor. But I do like the Ogre more because of just Bloodlust on Tiny seems super good.
Okay, so Chikala is a sub. I just needed to be absolutely 100% sure if that was the case on their side. So that is, I guess, for Louise? Louise. Their offlaner.
Okay.
I just have no idea, which, as you said, who Chikala really is. So, we'll hopefully get to see something fun from him.
Okay, here's the Ogre, finally. They lost all their reserve time for the Ogre. That, like, okay. But it's good. Like, I would love to see the Ogre here, so I'm happy to see the Ogre here. DK is pretty good because Ink cannot like farm the range creep, so he can just stun whatever hard carry Gorilla Sprite pick and deny a lot of range creeps at the beginning of the lane. Ogre, the buff that we mentioned, the Tiny would need. And now G-Pride, they have like amazing Lifestealer game. Not sure if they want to guarantee the hero now.
Oof. That is a choice. I mean, it could mean that they're gonna go all out for the early game, because CK is a big boy, but if you would be walking into a tree of the Tiny, you do lose those illusions in like one shot.
Not a big fan of CK. I'm not a fan at all of this hero here against Tiny, because I believe Tiny is his biggest counter. Previous patch it was AM and Sven, and Tiny is just like a 10 times better Sven right now. So why would you pick like CK on Sven? That's what I think when I see like you picking CK into Tiny. Could be somehow CK3, and they keep that flex. They can like last pick a carry, they can last pick position 3, they can last pick a mid laner. So that might explain why they go for this choice, but it looks like a carry CK for me, and I'm not so happy to see it.
I casted a CK yesterday. Intertus picked it and played with it. And it was actually hilarious, because at one point he went for Aghanim Scepter. And the moment he summoned that entire army of illusions, they all got one shot. So it was a complete waste. Which was very sad to see. Even though, you know, Aghanim Scepter CK is one of my favorite things to see in the game.
It lags the game a lot. I don't like it because of that. But besides it, it's cool to see. It's like the Monkey King ultimate. You just like freeze the screen for a while.
Try to win by destroying everyone else's PC. That's next. That's forehead plays.
Yeah. So Lina, Void Spirit Band, you have like Storm and Puck as like, let's say, usual choices for the mid lane from the, let's say, Spirit's pool. Amber's gone, Void Spirit's gone. Lots of mid laners are gone. Not so many options here. I do like the Puck. Seems good. Also Storm looks good here.
Poker's also still available. Bit of mid-voker. Works well with, of course, you mentioned it previously with buffing the Tiny. You got like Tornado, EMP, the entire Wombo combo to deal with the CK illusions.
Seems like the best choice. Besides Jakiro mid. Jakiro mid's the best choice, but like...
Really?
You're gonna say I'm crazy. You're gonna say I'm crazy, but then Invoker is the second best choice.
The best choice is Coddle mid. 100%.
Coddle mid.
Coddle mid's
Yeah,
the best choice, hands down. Did you see what Mini did? Think yesterday? When was that? He actually...
Yeah, was yesterday.
He paused the game when he was about, like, just turned level 25 so he could look up. I think it was, he was looking up what 9 got on his mid Coddle because he did not know what talent to pick. That's the reason he pauses the game. That is just actually one of the weirdest reasons ever.
Yeah, I don't even think you're allowed by the rules to do that, but let's not get to that point. Let's just say it's hilarious because it is. So, and Mini like is pretty honest about the things he say. I don't think he was trying like to cheat or anything. He's just like, he's a funny guy. He's a funny guy. It's a cool situation. Now, you do have Invoker for G Pride against the Lash, because not many mid laners options as mentioned.
Coddle. Also Coddle.
They have the Lifestealer if they go with Snapfire mid.
Oh, CK offlane could also be a thing. Yeah, you're right.
I really like Lifestealer here. I really, really like. What else they have? So Invoker, Lifestealer, the anti-mage is weird.
Okay, no. What? So a mid Pango.
Yeah, CK carry. And it's a position 3 Snapfire with a position 4 Tusk.
Break it down for me, because I'm lost. Yeah, good luck, Astini.
I think the Pango does make sense. Like, if you disarm the Tiny, you can kite the Tiny in the team fight pretty well. The hero seems very, very meta. The thing is, I don't like Pango with Tusk or Clock. Feels like 90% of the time you mess up with your friendly ultimate. Like, you throw shards, and it can be helpful, of course, to the Pangolier role, but usually it's not helpful.
I mean, to be fair, if you are that in sync with your Tusk that you could get someone caught inside the ice shards and then the Pango roll inside as well, like, that would be next level. But you need, like, a god level of coordination in that regard, and I doubt that we're gonna see a lot of those plays.
Yeah, but seems like they have a pretty decent lineup, G Pride, because what they're looking for is basically fight, fight, fight. And Pangolier seems like a hero that can do that really well in the current meta. The ultimate cooldown is not that big. You help your team win the Roche team fight, do Roche, disarm is amazing. The amount of damage you can tank with your second spell is also great. So yeah, does make sense. Again, I'm just really worried about that CK. It feels like if the game goes maybe after 25-30 minutes, he's gonna definitely lose his impact. It's a hero that should scale really well, but I don't think he does against a Tiny Lash. It seems like a really, really bad CK game. That's my concern.
CKs tend to be an interesting breed. The games where you think that they get immediately countered, they go ham, and the games where you think it's free for them, they do absolutely nothing. Maybe they get a little bit lucky this time around, and I'm curious, the Pango, of course, mid Pango is a different breed than an offlane Pango. Are you expecting the, like, Aghanim Scepter kind of build with the swashbuckle, like, Basher and stuff, or are you more expecting the, like, Blink Yules kind of Pango?
Expecting a Diffusal Pango, because that's what at least 9 was doing, so he can fight really, really early. So Diffusal, Blink, this seems like a good build.
So I guess South America is just literally looking what 9 is doing 90% of the time. It's being, I'm taking that.
Yeah. I was reconnecting because of this bug that you get the vision of one player.
Oh, yeah.
Perspective.
Yep, I know the bug.
And when I come back, Lashrack, alright, that. Can you explain that to me? What's happening?
They just smoked up, walked up to the high ground. Nengaflo was standing towards, like, his own high ground next to where Janik pretty much is, and they just all 5 walked up to him, and there's nothing you can do at that point. You get stunned by the Chaos Bolts, hit by everything else behind it, tag team, and easy pick off. First blood did go to the Pango, so that means, yeah, Tao is very close to his bottle already. That is a nice way to start off the laning stage.
Yeah, I'm curious if Yadomi opened up with Enchant because of the first blood to slow it, because usually that's not your opening point if you're against Mirana. Of course, you can use it like to slow the hero in the lane, but you need either impetus or even your heal. Some players are going heal first if you're playing this lane. Seems weird to have the enchant against Mirana.
Unless you get like the stone golem thingy, mud golems. But don't really think that you're gonna be able to run all the way in that direction. And right clicking the DK to do as much damage as possible right now before he gets his dragon blood. Always nice, but just spam harass in the bottom lane. I actually have no idea how well the Pango lanes against the Lesh.
Pango lanes well against any hero in Dota 2. Because Shield Crash just broken. Like, it's 15% damage reduction, but honestly it feels like 40. I don't know, it's just a feeling that like literally not taking damage.
Yeah, I saw a clip, Chikala top lane though is gonna get taken down. And bottom lane also a kill. Okay. Well, it is South America, so we don't have too much time to discuss stuff. Considering a lot of kills will be coming through most certainly. But yeah, I did watch a clip of like Dota WTF, like the YouTube channel. And there was a Pangolier against a Meepo, and he just spammed Shield Crash and literally took 0 damage. Like I think he had 128% damage absorption negation or something. So he just kept getting rooted and was only Shield Crashing, no damage taken whatsoever. That was really funny.
Yeah, and in the bot lane, Yadomi is managing to keep always a creep. I guess he's kind of outplaying this Mar.
Tornado harass, there we go, the old classic.
I think they had way more potential on that lane. I think they misplayed the first levels. It's very uncommon that you see encounters getting a kill on Mirana that easy. And feels like they're gonna have a lot of trouble on this lane.
There's also the Stormcraft with the Chain Lightning spam, the 2-stack neutral camp. Yadomi pretty much engaged an entire creep wave. So far, so good, which is well, exactly what G-Pride need. They need a good CK. Speaking of which, he's going to get the stun in onto Benjas. They're going in. They've got the enchant slow as well. Benjas very slow now. Right click comes out. Yadomi gets the kill, and Dismar gets bullied back. Does, of course, have plenty of leaps, but another kill in the bottom lane, and a great start for the Ench CK lane.
Yeah, there's now a creep that offers break, which is extremely good against DK. I guess that might be the first time that Ben has seen that happening. Like, you're a level 3 DK, you don't expect being braked. You're like, what is happening here? Yeah, that was the case. Really well played by Yadomi. Already making a huge difference in the game with this Enk play.
And mid matchup, Tao versus Nango Flow, not really much, just a little bit of harass. And, well, yeah, I mean, Pango's hard to kill, and he doesn't really do much against the Lash either until he gets like level 6. Or possibly a rotation in from a teammate, but I don't really think that Janek can leave the top lane. Otherwise, Shikala will just die. Speaking of which, Dad dropping pretty low, snowball in, the chase underneath the tower, Janek going pretty deep. They lose Benja's bottom lane again, and a shotgun finds Dad.
Those were some dangerous ricochets.
Gotta be careful.
Yeah,
They're always fighting.
Yeah. This bot lane is a disaster for Ravens. Really, really disaster. Shouldn't be like this. DK, meanwhile, Ogre dies.
Stop killing everyone everywhere. I'm missing everything.
Oh, Janek. He snowball into the 3 toss, so he doesn't die as the Tusk. And Benhas, he's on the walk of shame with a smoke. 0 to 0, 12 creeps. It feels so bad to be being Hus right now. So bad.
I personally just despise DK. It's the most boring hero in the game anyway, so I don't mind. Hero does nothing until he... No, Hero does nothing. Just straight up nothing. Top lane, Chikala. Well, he needs... Actually, a rotation towards mid coming in. Tao, of course, had to walk back to base after killing off Nengo Flow. And there's a rotation from Janik as well. Rolling Thunder comes out. But with the TP from the Mirana... Tao just wanting to do a little bit of extra damage. Get one of those infused ranger up charges lowered. Though kills Dismar regardless. And he does have 2 shield crash charges. Snowball onto Nengo Flow. Will he be able to get the kill? Nengo does eventually die in a 2-for-1 trade. My god, what is happening on the side of Ravens?
They are misplaying everything. It seems like a Storm from G-Pride. They have Ink, they have the Catapult, they have everything they need to take down this mid-tier 1 tower. And that's not what you expect. Oh, the TP from Chikala. Oh, yeah, he managed to get it. They have a DD rune that they can secure for the Pangolier.
Tier 1 tower gone. 6 minutes in. A Pangolier. The hero doesn't even hit buildings.
Yeah. But Ink does, right?
Yeah,
so
Ink definitely does.
Job.
I mean, Janik Soul is level 5, Yodomi is level 5.5. We're 6 minutes in. I see 5 positions that are like level 3 at 10 minutes. They are getting so much XP. And farm. Like, Yodomi is ahead of Benjas.
Pangolier, level 6. He can actually get a kill on the top lane. They should keep this ball rolling. Like, they have so much advantage, and they have the right lineup to punish the enemy team with this advantage, so they should just keep the ball rolling. I would love to see Dao going top lane, or even bot lane. You can even take this tower now. They have the Catapult, they have the Ink Creep to tank the Fortify hits, you have Chaos Knight with Phantasm. They have everything they need to win a team fight on the bot lane, which is pretty uncommon, but given the advantage they have, that's what they should be looking for.
Also, you did mention one very important factor, and Tao is going for that Diffusal Blade, so he... Yeah, 9 is definitely in the Dota buff menu of most mid laners in South America.
Yeah, he's even skipping boots, so he's gonna have it really fast. Extremely good to kite the Tiny.
Oh, Rolling Thunder coming through. Dad, he's gonna get jumped and immediately breaking the move as well, so that he can get the swashbuckle in, going for Kara. Ice Shards block, make that a double kill, and probably the tier 1 tower top as well, considering, I mean, the heroes that are here for the pushing power. Yodomi quickly gets himself the coconut. Or Pine Raider, what a horrible name. But we'll be able to take the tower easily.
Snapfire has no points on the 3rd spell though. It might take way more than expected here. And Pangolier doesn't have the lucky shot also. Those are some weird builds, but I can understand. They're just like snowballing like crazy. So yeah. And mid lane, they want to go for the...
Oh, that is a very dead Lesh. They all TP right on top of him, and Nengo did not know that they were right next to him. Does a lot of damage in return, though. Now dropping low. Janik is almost dead as well. Dismar with the leaps. He can go for the massive kills. Is now level 6 as well on the Mirana. Okay, 2-for-1 trade. That is still a lot better than I initially would have expected. The power of just standing still and using Pulse Nova.
That was not expected. I feel like Snapfire missed the cookie, and that changed everything. Yeah, weird. Game has been weird so far. 9 minutes, lots of weird things going on.
Radiant got 2 towers taken down. 1k net worth, like, they have a tower advantage and 8 kills, but only 1k net worth advantage, which is remarkable considering the farm on Yodomi as a 5 position Enchantress.
Yeah, which item? Still has a fluffy. I was wondering if he's bringing like a full item because has so much gold. And he's gonna steal all the farm that Tiny should be farming. So Tiny going bot. DK also going bot. That means someone from Ravens is not farming because they're stealing so much of the farm from Raven's side.
Rana invis used. A little bit of a sketch moment towards mid. Janek picks up the arcane room, but they're not going to take any engagement so far. And Chikala is going probably just, you know, the blink shard build on Snapfire, which is so incredibly strong.
Yeah, I'm just not so sure he needed to, because we have Tusk as an initiator, even CK can be initiator. Pangolier is also a follow-up of that initiation. I don't think they need a fourth initiator in the team. I'd love to see him going for a more tanky build. Would make more sense for me.
Well,
Even
it's actually remarkable that Ravens are keeping up in farm. It felt like they just got destroyed in the lanes. Like in general, every lane. So,
yeah,
being only this far behind is pretty well done in the recovery. I mean, Dad is 4th in net worth, but just a couple of hundred behind the top. And that is pretty scary because Tiny, this is a pretty decent Tiny. It's not the perfect Tiny game, but it's like decent enough.
yeah, because as mentioned, like CK on the late game against the god, they got Benhas. Is that yeah? The only bad thing for them is that DK is being like one less hero for them. It feels like right now, like it feels like even he has more farm than Encanters, that Yadomi is having so much impact all over the map. Meanwhile, DK trying to farm his dagger, I'll not even say creating space, just straight up dying. And they really need that. They really need the dagger so Mirana can get kills together with a hero. But yeah, Tiny is getting strong. They just need time. But doesn't seem like the DK Mirana combo are gonna buy them enough time. It feels like G-Pride, they can... As long as Snapfire gets Leo Shredder, they should be able to do Roche. Which is... like... And Pangolier gets Lucky Shots, right? So... They have the spells, like the heroes have the spells to actually do Roche, but they didn't choose the spells, which is also weird.
Yeah, kinda. It's an interesting choice at the very least. I'm actually curious what piece is that shoulder piece that the Harbor Blossom of the Crimson Witness. Yeah, I saw Yadomi with like the red Nature's Attendance Wisps, and I was really curious on what skin that gave that Tau, though. Rolling Thunder gets interrupted by the Avalanche, and that gets a kill. That is a huge one. Jenik trying to find a way out there is going to be the Phantasm, but yeah, it does nothing. Nice. It's actually doing a lot of damage to Nengoflo, chasing him down in the process. They do find 2 kills on Ravens, and look at that net worth. Where's it? It's gone. It's vanished.
Yeah. And this team fight was without Benhas, so he's finally getting his Blink Dagger, so they can get the ball rolling. Feels like... yeah. They're fighting under enemy vision. And missing spells, that's... because they had so much advantage. So much advantage. Right?
Yeah. Well, not really much. A tiny bit of advantage has been pretty much it for the most part, and honestly, just that was a horrible engagement that they took. The fact that if the Pango doesn't get his Rolling Thunder off, like the team fight is just abysmal. They get completely cornered in. They have some nice heroes for like separate lockdowns, but not for a big brawl. That's all comes down to the Pango role.
Yeah, they really need that role, especially that has the Diffusal. He's almost hitting the level 12. That's maybe when they want to smoke. And they can get a kill on Tiny. But the team that's actually going to smoke is very likely it's Ravens. They have the dagger into Benhas. They don't have the Moonlight Shadow though. Yeah. Actually, G-Pride they smoke.
Yeah, they smoke and they don't. I mean, Dad, it was so close. They're walking the complete opposite direction, which is perfect for Dad. He hopes that the smoke is going to get tanked by Dismar. Would probably be the best because there's a reasonable chance that he gets away scot-free. Like, it's hard to lock him down. They're chasing deeper though. Nengo could be problematic if they catch him, and they're gonna go in onto the Lash. They will be able to find Nengo, and that is a big kill. Again, the Rolling Thunder that literally just connects one time and then immediately swashbuckle. Smart. Ooh, leap over. Aisha's block. Just, he's stuck. Oh, that's the saddest stuck ever. Cookie stun, dodge, and he gets out. And into the pit they go. They do not have Lil Shredder, but tag team does circumvent a reasonable amount.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fast rush though. So Ravens, they might contest. Penhas wanna go for it, but I don't think he's gonna be there in time. Yeah, with the tag team. Question is, do they still wanna fight?
Well, they are gonna catch Dad. Do they expect the rest of the team behind it? No, they did not know that they were smoked up, but Dad still takes a lot of damage in the process. Chikala's already dead. The CK illusion, done. And completely destroyed. Nango Flow will as well. Now is still going in for the right click fight. I mean, he does have the Aegis, so might as well. Dad, nice avalanche damage coming through. And this is looking a bit problematic. Dad healing self given by Kara. And will go in for Benjas is now. So Yadomi, Spirit Vessel charge. Can he heal up enough to stay alive? The toss-up coming in. Dismar, you're going to be my rock to crush the engine. Tau comes in with the Rolling Thunder that he just got back in the nick of time to chase down the Tiny, but actually Rolling Thunder is about to end. Can he get the damage in? Oh, Dad says no. Oh, the extra attack range of the tree is just too much.
Feels like G-Pride, they just fight and fight and fight, no matter where, no matter with what resources. And yeah, they lose a fight that they shouldn't be losing. It really feels like the game is going Raven's way now, with the Tiny getting stronger and stronger. They had the Aegis and they just like threw away that Aegis. I'm not so sure they can make pressure now without the Aegis, and Tiny's just gonna get huge. With Bloodlust on top of that, against a CK on a carry matchup. It feels really good to be Ravens now.
That was a fight with ages and they still got beat. And it was also a fight where Dad got initiated on, but he doesn't die. Of course, does get a ton of healing salves from Kara, who's getting them all from his trusty. Like, he just gave him 2 healing salves. Trusty shovel value coming in from the Ogre Magi.
Yeah, you can multicast and get like... Can you get actually 2 kobolds hitting you?
Shadows, take us.
I think you can.
2 kobolds? What?
Yeah, because you can multicast it, right?
No, you can't. You can only multicast like targeted spells. So the old clumsy net and stuff that could multicast.
Which doesn't exist anymore. They should really allow you to multicast Trust Shovel. Imagine like you get one of a kind.
Can you multicast like the fake grenade? Don't know.
Not so sure also.
But there is actually a nice interaction that I learned of yesterday. Do you know about the drums, like the drums Tranquil boots and the new boots that have been created? That if you make drums and they're completely empty, and then you merge them into like the new boots, the what are they called? The boots of bearing. And then while they're just merged, you split them apart. Disassemble them again so that you just have the 3 pieces. Then you get 8 charges on your drums again.
Yeah, I've seen a kind of bug with Aghanim Scepter that if like you're Trained Protector and you just like drop it and pick it up again, you just like keeping up, summing up 3 chargers. So you have 3, 6, 9, 12, blah blah blah.
God, like, this game sometimes this. Yeah. And it's one of those bugs that you know they're not gonna fix it anytime soon. They're like, it's a feature for now. Oh, Nango, face down. Can they get the catch? Arrow lands in onto Janek, Rolling Thunder. And again, Tau, like, he rolls on top and immediately cancels his Rolling Thunder. Which is, I mean, they do get the double kill regardless, but it just feels so weird that he only uses it to get through that distance and then just swashbuckle.
Yeah, and it's weird to see Amirana playing with Lash. Lash doesn't have Scepter, so I don't think Mirana gets any value out of that. Meanwhile, DK is just farming mid. I would love to see Mirana playing a bit more together with DK, making plays in the map. Like, why are you playing as a Mirana with Lash? Like, you're not a cover. You're not like, you can't save Lash. He was not like breaking a smoke or anything, so yeah. DD on Tiny, that's huge.
Yeah, he's got the BKB now done as well. Almost enough for his Shadow Blade, because of course he used the Ogre Axe from his Echo. And going in, Snowball save attempt. It's going to chase onto Benjas. Avalanche on top. And look at that dot damage coming through. Oh my lord, he's got a DD, guys. Get the hell out of dodge. Also the shard from the DK on top. Like, there's so much damage coming up from the Ravens. And it feels like they've got full control over this game.
Yeah, now they're just gonna run at the Snapfire, playing in 9 seconds. They might cancel it.
How does that miss?
Yeah.
Did he just
Well,
leap over the arrow?
Yeah. They. Oh, Ink.
Sprites are with
You know me, run away. Arrow lands, Spirit Vessel, but she still heals like a mother trucker. Going in onto Kara, the Ogre Magi will die, but Split, yeah, there's too much AoE damage coming out. Their CK illusions die in no time. And this is not even, Lesh has got the Bloodstone done. He's gonna get chased down. Nengo Flow still alive. Trying to play distraction so the rest of his team can get back, but Benjas is gonna get caught by Tau, and
in your hot roll.
this time it's Ravens lurking about a little bit too long.
Yeah, this game's just like a bloodbath. Like, I think I've seen like 3 different overextends on the team fight from different sides. Like, why is CK there? Okay, CK is dead. Why is Lash still there? Overall, let's say good for G-Pride. The thing is, like, can this Pango carry this game somehow? Does he wanna, like... Because usually what you would see here would be something like Refresher, so you have like a lot of control in team fight. But he might want to change for a kind of Aghanim's build, Maelstrom, Aghanim's, farm, become another core, because really CK feels super underwhelming at this matchup. So if CK is like instantly dying and Pangolier getting the kills, Pangolier should be also able to carry this game.
Yeah, but how are you going to carry the game against a Tiny that is 4k ahead of anyone else in the game? Like, this Tiny is getting pretty huge, going Silver Edge, AC. The Lash went for Bloodstone, which is an item I don't actually see that often anymore.
Yeah, I think just on Lash you can do this item. Like, just make sense on Lash.
Yeah, probably. You thinking like Necro maybe? Radiance Necro? Not that we see that too well. It's still pretty solid. I mean, Necro just feels like it's unkillable 90% of the game. Dad catches Shitomi, and they throw everything on him. That is going to be an Ench that, again, loses his life. It is still taking quite some time and effort to kill off the Ench.
Yeah, and they... Okay, they have the Silver Edge now. So, this is gonna change. Goes like, Tiny cannot hit Ink at all. He needs to kill in the combo from like... Ink's just gonna die when he gets Silver Edge. So... I guess it was the last long death from Yadomi. From now on, he's just a creep for that.
This is a rough game out. It does look nice on the net with chart though. Like, everyone is pretty close. Well, to a degree close to each other, except for Dad. Like, he's miles ahead. But you see like the 3 cores of G Pride neck on neck, which is pretty problematic considering, you know, your mid laner and safe laner are the same net worth pretty much as your off laner. And to be fair, Chikala has been playing a really good game. Like, there's a reason that they're still in it, and that is because Chikala has made some very nice plays on the Snapfire.
Yeah, guess the redemption from that tier 1 tower where Lash had the chance to come back in the game. But he's been a really good initiator, and They have Blink Dagger on Tusk, they have Blink Dagger on Pangolier. Like, what's the item review here? Oh, okay, it's a BKB on CK. I was looking like, what is the new item? Why are they smoking? It's a BKB CK, he's gonna have the ultimate. They do have the info about the Tiny.
Oh, going in onto Dismar. Mirana tries to leap away, but gets dragged back by now. And another Rolling Thunder that ends in one hit swashbuckle. Tao.
Yeah.
Honestly, especially now that Roche is up, you don't have Rolling Thunder.
But like, that is definitely doing the right move at the bottom lane. He can pressure G-Pride back to their base. So that's what I guess they should do.
Oh, Roche is
Already
dead.
killed it.
They take it in no time, especially because they use the CK Phantasm for it. I do actually, like, I have not really seen that item that Mirana's building, the, what's it called? The Wraith Pact, like, pretty much at all this patch. I know that some people call it OP, but I just never see it in pro matches. There's the break, and you know me, still heals quite a decent amount, but it does die a lot quicker.
Okay, thanks Yadomi. I really needed time to read what Wraith Pact does. I've never seen this item in Dota 2. I've just seen like on the patch notes, so I'm very interested to see how it works in the game.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, it's kind of like an annoying version of the Juggernaut totem. So they are going to go in onto the DK, find the kill, and now they're looking for more. That is Kara caught out as well, and this is a little bit problematic. Tao getting very aggressive, looking for more. Dismar is going to get spotted out. Tao, though, gets blown up. Dot pops his BKB. Now doesn't have a BKB, does have an Aegis still. But they're completely spread out. Chase onto Nengo. The catch is there. Walrus Punch. Can they get the damage in? Onto the Lesh. Great stun from Chigali. He gets a double stun with the shotgun blast. And Dismar gets away. But Dot is still nearby. Oh, his Silver Age just ended. And he just farms creep, falls back.
It's a weird move from Ravens again. Like, I feel like Tiny should have done that before, hitting the tier 3 tower while they were doing Roche. And even for an extra time, because they would have to TP one by one. Pangolier didn't have the role by that time. But after a while, when G-Pride has all the cooldowns up, they are already nearby the bot area, then they go for it. Was questionable play, I'd say. And now G-Pride, they can just force top lane. I feel like at least with this Aegis, they have level 3 Phantasm. I really feel like they should be forcing things right now.
I think Banjas has literally been trying to get his recipe for the BKB about the last 10 minutes. Like, he's been eyeing that stupid recipe forever. He's died 6 times this game. Oh, that's rough. I mean, it's a DK, it doesn't really do much than blink stun, but still.
Yeah, maybe sell your Bracer. I know you have that sweet double status after the 25 minutes, but just sell this item so you can have BKB for God's sake. I guess it would have made some sense.
Well, right now, net worth is back in favor of G-Pride. And, I mean, honestly, like, a couple of mistakes on Raven parts, especially in that bottom lane. Like, Ben just gets jumped. No one is, like, doing anything on the side of Ravens. And, well, you can't really win the game if no one actually does anything. I mean, they've got Blink Daggers on a bunch of these Radiant heroes, as you previously mentioned. So it's pretty scary how fast they can get their stuff done. Pango also has a Zags now. That makes it very crucial that he does not roll and immediately end it.
Yeah. And he has the right talent.
God, that would be really sad if he chose the other one.
Yeah, but like, sometimes you do, and then you're like, oh man, I cannot go Agonies, because then it makes no sense to have Agonies. But luckily, he has the right one. I just feel like G-Pride, they're kind of locked in the map, because they don't have a hero that takes the dead lane. Because again, Raven's Dad, he's gonna go shove a wave, he's gonna go under the enemy tier 3. And okay, they go for a wrap around.
TP away. They can't get the catch. Gallo was a little bit too slow. Who is going, by the way, for the Ags on Snapfire. And I just love Snapfire Ags. It is such a good way to throw the game when you normally are about to win it. I tend to have issues where, you know, he just eats your safe laner and shoots him in the fountain. But in general, it's such an entertaining Aghanim Scepter.
It's something you can expect on that game. The way things are going, you know? The crazy plays. You can imagine like a fountain throw on the...
Tiny, go, get your rampage! And then he just gets yeeted into the fountain, dies immediately. Oh, my bad, sorry.
Yeah, and they have the toss back to the fountain also, right? So, like, if you throw someone tier 4 range, Tiny might get something done there.
Oh, speaking of which, nice shock and blast. Chikala is doing so much work this game. 2-man stun, Mortimer's come out, but BKB as well in return. Yodomi is dead. 1-for-1 trade. Buyback immediately coming out from Kara. Ben just needs to be careful. Look at the damage he's taking. The illusions from the CK coming in. Bang just dies again. No Elder Dragon form. The chase comes forward. Try and keep that away. Nice ice shards blocked by Jenik. But the toss forward means Nengo is going to try and pump out as much damage as possible. But speaking of damage, he is going to get obliterated by now. And a buyback from Dismar as well, who immediately got taken out. Dad is still alive, but his team is dead. Can he get the kill? Yes, indeed. He will be able to at least get a freebie on the Tusk, but a dieback onto Kara. They're going to go in onto Dismar. Another dieback. And the only one left is Dad. The entire team has been obliterated. They just kite the Tiny.
Yeah, and it was so a dieback on both support heroes. It's everything on Dad now.
And he suicides his Slash.
Yeah.
Who doesn't have a BKB? Oof.
He's gonna go for the solo kill. And he does. Yeah. Really well played by him. He does have BKB, but he doesn't have TP. TP coming the cool here. Yeah, it's on cooldown though.
Full AC.
The thing is, like, can he literally do the 1 versus 9 here? Like, can he just carry against all those heroes?
I mean, Snapfire now is X. Look at the HP. Snapfire 3k HP, CK 3.8k HP, Tusk 2.5k. The Ench, well, you need to break him, otherwise he doesn't die easy at all. And the Pango is going, okay, he's going BKB. He was first marking up that he wanted to go for Indisc, but they are buffing up and tanking up, and that is something that the Tiny is not too fond of.
Yeah, I think Tiny just needs some lifesteal, and then with lifesteal he's kind of unkillable. On the other hand, I really think G-Pride, they're missing a hero building Boots of Travel. It could have been Pangolier, it could have been Snapfire. It can be Ink playing bottom. Of course, Ink doesn't need the Boots of Travel, but they always seem to have trouble to play out the map when they get a favorable team fight. Tiny just go bottom, and they have no answer to that, because before they get to the enemy tier 3 tower, Tiny's gonna be hitting their tier 3, so feels like G-Pride, they definitely like a Boots of Travel to play this bot lane, and that's what is making their game so hard.
Game definitely is looking currently pretty rough. I really want to know who this Chikala guy is. I'm like super curious because he's playing a phenomenal game for especially a sub.
I really wanted to check, but then I was banned from Dota buff. Like, I use Dota buff so much in the day, and they think maybe I'm like DDoSing the website. So stop all naked.
Yodomi. Double toss coming in. Yodomi gets kicked out by Chikala. Does cost him his life though. I mean, I'm mad respect, but you're sacrificing your life for your position 5 Ench, who is just gonna get run down underneath the tower and smacked away anyway.
Well, he forced the Tiny BKB, which would make a lot of sense if he had buyback.
Yeah, well, Tao, he did go for the Aeon Disc, and he's just gonna roll away. Roshan won't be up for another 70 seconds anyway, so they'll be up again. So this is the very important Roshan. This is either Refresher or Ags, and in this game, I assume you want Ags on both teams.
You always want.
Well, not
But yeah.
unless you've got like some Enigma or something, then you're like, Shards are also pretty nice.
Yeah.
But in this
I
game,
think
Shards kind of meh.
I think Agonies for the DK would give him like a comeback at this game because he felt not very useful in the entire game, and with
I would not give
Agonies.
it at all to DK. I'd say no. I'd give it to the Lesh. I'd say DK, fuck off.
yeah, like you're having a bad game, keep having that bad game. I'm not
Yeah.
giving net worth, so you're gonna fit it back to them. Like
Yeah,
just
then you
give
can
it-
fly better. Oh, and still do nothing.
Yeah, the one on Lash makes a lot of sense, but
Oh, going in
Now?
onto now. He pops his Phantasm, going in onto Benjas. Though Benjas is also buffing up pretty nice. Has the Heaven's Halberd. And now is getting right-clicked by Dad. But Dad, can he get the control? Now gets away. Armlet toggle. The swashbuckle in return. The stun comes out from behind. Chikala is going to get taken down. He tries to keep them at bay, but Yadomi is going to be the next one down. And they find a triple kill here with G-Pride in... I mean, in trouble once Dad can actually get on top of you.
yeah, that's a 35 minutes mark. Tiny, level 26, 3k. Like, he's not gonna kill Tiny.
Good team
Tiny
kill
can
the
go like
DK.
AFK. Tiny can go AFK, wait like half a minute, and he still be alive. Like, feels like he's just doing like tickles to the Tiny. Unfortunately, the game seems refresher.
Pressure, double damage for Dad. Luckily enough, it's not a free Ags. But regardless, you've got the Aegis on Dad, you've got the Cheese on the Lesh, and I guess the DK's got the... No, who's got the refresh? Tiny's got the refresh. Okay. I mean, double BKB, I guess? No, but...
Come get healed.
Does have that big, fat, overwhelming blink that he immediately uses, and now trying to run away, but he can't toggle his way to victory this time around. He's dead for 90, and that's game.
Yeah, it feels really weird. It was the third Roche, and just Tiny had buyback from the 10 heroes. It feels like
That damage.
Yeah.
Double damage. I'm surprised that they're even just going for megas. Like 4 hits and the Ancient's gone.
yeah. CK peek into Tiny, very questionable. It feels like Tiny is one of, if not the strongest hero in the meta, along like IO, DP. And when someone picks Tiny, you need to counter with 3, 4, 5 heroes maybe, and then you pick like a terrible...
Oh, going
Okay.
in, Janek. Nice Walrus Punch. Yadomi, I don't know why that's the target that they constantly keep trying to take down, but the Ench is still alive, still alive, still alive. Yadomi finally dies. Why is that the the target to focus every single time? It's Yadomi on an Ench. He does nothing. But they should be able to get the rest. Refresh from Dodd. There's going to be the toss-ups constantly. Tao, can he get back to the fountain? Chikala tries to keep him alive, but no way, Jose. No buyback available. And that is the G to the G.
Very entertaining game, I'd say. Lots of team fights, non-stop team fights. Yeah.
That was a little bit nutty. 32 to 30 in a 38-minute game. That's a lot of kills. That's a lot of fun. Overextensions on both sides. You did mention it.